Rory, Thursday you said game was awful. Today you will say the game is?
The game was awful for the first 6 holes, and then actually felt like I found something, especially on the back 9 there. So definitely something to build off going into next week. But yeah, it was, this week was, my 3 weeks off. I really didn't do anything in those 3 weeks. So I was probably expecting too much to be, to get in contention. But there was glimmers of really good stuff in there this week. And as I said, I felt like I found a bit of a groove over those last 9 holes. So certainly something to build off going into the Tour Championship next week.
Were you able to, because you mentioned earlier in the week that off the tee you were easier moving it left to right than right to left. Was it easier maybe to move it back to right to left?
No, not really. It was very neutral, but it's funny, like I feel like the last few days off the tee, I got into a bad groove at times, but then I'd hit one good one and I'd get a feel, and then I'd get into a groove of hitting some good ones, and that's sort of what I did for the last, from the 8th hole onwards today. So it's just trying to remember those feelings for the good ones and try to get rid of the feelings for the bad ones. But yeah, it was a bit of a struggle this week. I actually, for the amount of big numbers and bad spots I put myself in, it ended up being not a bad finish, but in spite of that, but certainly some work to do before next Thursday.
Does it help finding a little something heading back to a place you've had so much success at?
I think so, yeah. It's obviously a little different from the 3 times that I've won there. Last year I felt like the golf course did play quite a bit differently, so a little bit of work on the course over these next few days, and hopefully feel a little more comfortable with everything on Thursday afternoon. You
feel like the course hopefully will, and obviously you'll see this over the next couple of days, feel like the course maybe will settle in a little bit after the changes? I
think so. Greens should be a touch softer. It looks like there's a little bit of rain forecast next week as well, so that'll soften them up a little bit. But yeah, I think so. I think a year of having it bed in, and I think they've made a couple little tweaks here and there to it too. So yeah, looking forward to seeing it again.
Thanks, Rory.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rory.